Hey everybody, this is Manly Badass Hero, and welcome to part 2 of Chapter 2 of The Last Door. Previously, our main character was in the middle of a roundabout puzzle, and he also realized that people in this boarding school or hospital really don't take kindly to his snooping. Ah, beach. This brings back some real King's Quest memories. A piece of old fishing net. Many years adrift have perfectly smoothed this flotsam into a small log. Oh god, this is exactly like the start, I think, of... I forget which number, I think it was like 5? And I clearly remember, if you stepped out into the water, you'd instantly die. The sea would drag you out with a riptide. The Lost Pilgrim. A sea stack older students at the school used to climb. Somewhere up there are my initials. Let the spirit of song restore your hope. Oh, what a beautiful melody. It reminds me of my youth, when I was a vibrant and full of purpose. I knew my path then. Oh, may God bless you. For you have given me the sign I was looking for. Isn't that just such a roundabout adventure game way of doing things? You can't just simply pay the music box any other way. You've got to find the lucky coin to turn on the music box. Give her hope, so she leaves and you can take her stuff. A lot of dry leaves have accumulated in the hole of this old rusty pipe. They are blocking the water stream. The hole has very sharp and rusty edges. If I tried to put my hand in, I could cut myself. Isn't that there? I blunted the sharp edges of the pipe. Now I need not fear being cut. Put the net. The net should catch anything coming down the pipe. Alright. Now we can go turn on the water in the bathroom. And we can get that item. Doing adventure game stuff. Net has caught the shiny object. Yo, maybe we should just... No, I guess we won't grab the net. A teardrop? Perhaps this goes with the statue? I have placed a glass tear in the hollow of Virgin's cheek. It seems that it fits perfectly. In the eyes of a fervent devotee, it could look like a real tear. What's this? Nun's habit and walking stick. These no doubt belong to the nun I spoke to by the window. But where did she go? It's time, Virgin Mary. Light my darkest hour. Maybe just walk up and then walk backwards. What have you done? Is there anything you guys want to tell me? Hello? Okay, man. Tell me what's happening. Murder? Experiments?
You must help me. What can I do? What's wrong with you? There's little time. I tell them about my pain. I describe the unbearable and endless pain, yet they do not listen. They pass me by, without even looking at me. They say that they're praying for me, but it does not cure my ailment. But sir, I know, but I beseech you, you will be saving me from this horrible torture. I will be eternally indebted to you. I understand. Your request is terribly hard for me. I guess I could find the courage to help you. I understand the magnitude of what I'm asking. God bless you, sir. I don't know how I can show my gratitude. What I need you to do is, without the nuns noticing, to try and get an amount of morphine enough so that I can be embraced by the deepest of dreams, and in that way, stop the ripping of my heart.
Well, we've already got that one nun to leave, so this is not going to be too hard. Why can't these places ever just be normal? Oh, I see you've gone up here. We just borrow this? There's always gotta be some, like, dark twist to these places. They just can't be curing people to the best of their abilities. This is why people are scared of hospitals, pretty much. He's already gone.
There's a note on the bed.
Baldwin.
Noises coming from inside the coffin. What the hell?
Log. Great, recently done. We need something to break this thing open.
I can't open the coffin with my own hands. The lid is nailed.
What the?
What's going on here? That's not normal.
Hey, you got a guy locked outside in a coffin? Is that normal? Hey, yeah, guy in the coffin. Can you, handle that? I guess I don't even have the option of telling these people about...
It looks like his toolbox. I wonder if there's something useful in it.
like, tools.
I might be able to take a look if I keep him distracted.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, no, I can't pull off the sneaking mission thing.
Tell me about this place. Well, the construction of this building was ordered by an Episcopal Bishop of the Aberdeen in 1805.
Tell me about Mother Elizabeth.
She's pretty strict, I can tell you that much, Mr. Devitt. Don't think she very much likes me either.
Tell me about Aberdeen.
It was a place where I was born and raised. One of the biggest cities in Scotland.
See you later. I don't even care about your life story.
Oh wait, you seem a bit distracted, Mr. Devitt.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm just stealing your stuff. Excuse the interruption, Mr. Baldwin. I'll leave you with your work. Let's get you out of here.
darkness of his eye. His body's petrified. He has a look of sheer terror in his eyes.
Oh my god! It was like some body that fell out of a coffin! You know anything about this?
Mother Elizabeth is trying to make him come to his senses.
Mr. Baldwin, where'd you go? No matter.
These are the papers in which Mother Elizabeth was working.
Let's see. Death records. Scratch marks, stomach. Expression of terror. Maybe the nuns are innocent. Strange black marks, died while he was sleeping. Just take that key, and we will investigate this room. Flashback. Wait, no, this is no flashback.
Don't look into his eyes. Because 12's in his eyes. The deepest darkness.
Come in, my son.
Did you think you could hide these books from me? They are just classic literature books, Father. Socrates and Aristotle.
Silence!
Instruments of falsehood, you'll mean. Fallacies coming from the snake. Now, son, get on your knees and raise your arms.
Apologize to the Lord! Pray to the Lord!
It's Latin, and lemons say, evil in itself. A strange eye-shaped symbol.
Oh god, crows.
Eye of the bird. What does this mean?
Oh no. Oh, good thing these birds are not capable of getting through windows.
Lord, your eyes burn me. I don't deserve mercy nor forgiveness. Oh Lord, have mercy on my soul. Who are you sending me? Is death to whom you are handing me over? Has my hourglass already run out of sand? Father Ernest. Ernest. It's been many years since I last heard that name. Since... Oh, I see. Father, I'm here to be able to remember. You have to help me. I beg you. Pleas, entreaties, petitions, praying, torment, exemption. Past times bring us just misfortune and pain. Father Ernest, I was one of your students. One of my students, you say? It's only the Lord who teaches us. We all must follow his ordinances and disciplines. Get closer, son. Come pray next to me.
I don't know if this could turn out too well.
The candles, having almost burnt out, only barely illuminate the room. A creepy image of Christ crucified. Inexplicably, he has a dark cloth covering his head. He has a large burn covering his eyes. He is completely blind. Despite his decrepitude, extreme thinness and paleness, I can still recognize Father Ernest. But he seems far away, like in another world. Glory be to the Father, and the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be. Now, my son, tell the Lord which one is his voice, the sharp sword, the wise quill, or the delicate petal.
Let's see, let's go with the first one first.
The sharp sword. Yes, yes, that's it, my son. The Lord of his sharp sword transmits us his wisdom, his power, and his punishment. And now, my son, tell the Lord which one is his holy path, the wise virtue, the endless blame, or the blessed penance.
I have a feeling it's going to be this one.
The blessed penance.
Ooh. That's not good.
And now, my son, tell the Lord who are you, the faceless pilgrim, the gate god, or the lost seaman. The lost seaman. Yes, yes, that's it, my son. We live lost in an endless ocean of sin and blame. Now leave me alone. I have to purify my soul.
I'll just be taking this. Uh-oh, he got up.
Dear God in heaven, I feel for you. Your light is in my eyes, and I hear creaking noises behind me. I will burn them for you. Dear God in heaven, I feel myself in you. Your eyes are in my soul. I will burn it for you. Dear God in heaven, I fear myself in you. Your sword is in my hands. I will burn them for you. Dear God in heaven, I hate myself in you. My blame is in your heart. I will burn myself for you. Despite being blind, he preserves good hearing. I must be more careful when moving.
Take this. God, it's like some kind of weird stealth mission.
Otacon. I've managed to steal a razor from the old man.
See you later. You guys are gonna probably need some new windows. I don't know if the insurance covers mass attack by crows, but I sure hope it does. What was the log for?
Using the wooden stump as a handle, I can use this to cut. Now, let's find out your dark secrets. And finally, our expert in philosophy, Jeremiah Devitt, shows up. Where were you, my friend? We've been looking for you.
Well, as I was saying, tonight is the perfect moment for our next meeting, but I suspect that someone outside our group is secretly surveilling us.
Who is it, Anthony? My dear friends, it's Professor Glynn. Do you mean Father Ernest?
Certainly,
no doubt about it. Therefore, dear colleagues, I have decided to change the venue for tonight's meeting. Have you noticed the lounge behind the small door of the dining room? I have believed convenient to borrow the key for our necessities. You already know. At 12 o'clock, you'll find that door opened and I'll be inside the lounge. That's it, my dearest colleagues.
What did we do back then?
I remember that in the furniture we used to keep some of our personal belongings. Now it's empty. The walls are in complete disarray. I could probably punch through it if I tried. I remember that this is the bed where I used to sleep when I was a student here.
This seems like a smart idea.
Mr. Rabbit was jumping through the forest in a warm spring afternoon.
At least take the candlestick. Oh, whatever. It's a dream anyway.
When going through a bush, Mr. Rabbit ran into Mr. Wolf, Mr. Vulture, and Mrs. Snake, who were having a heated argument.
They're probably arguing who gets to eat me.
Mr. Rabbit, curious, asks him, "Dearest, why are you arguing in this beautiful and cheerful spring afternoon?" Mr. Wolf answered politely, "What we are trying to decide here is who of us will have the pleasure to eat you up."
Mr. Rabbit then found out that he was not too smart talking to a group of predators.
Mr. Rabbit, really scared, said, "But I don't want to be eaten. I want to live." To which Mrs. Snake answered, smiling, "That's impossible to happen, Mr. Rabbit, since we all, both you and us, are going to die sooner or later. Don't you think so?"
I see we've borrowed from the School of Blood decorating. No need for carpets when you just simply pour blood all over your floor.
Mr. Vulture added, "Miss Snake is right. We should stick to the issue at hand. It's getting late, and as you see, we do not agree. Do you want to help us to decide, Mr. Rabbit? Who would you suggest as one to eat you?" After thinking about it for a while, Mr. Rabbit came up with an idea and carefully said, "I got it. Why not to organize a race? The first who arrives to the forest clearing will have the privilege to eat me. No doubt, Mr. Wolf can run at high speed, but Mr. Vulture can go flying and avoid any obstacle. And I'm sure that Mrs. Snake knows all the shortcuts within the forest. I guess the competition is balanced. What do you think?"
I think I don't trust these shadows.
The three predators agreed that was fair, so they started the race, and they quickly disappeared. Mr. Rabbit, happy to trick them, started running at high speed in the opposite direction of the predators who, eager to prove their worth, didn't realize the trick.
Watch them find out there's another fourth predator.
Mr. Rabbit was far away from there, and he finally felt safe, happy and proud of his cunning. But suddenly there was a loud bang. The earth shook, frightened birds flew, and everything went dark. The end.
Wait a minute. Today wasn't Easter. Are you guys from the furry convention? No? You're just here to scare me? Well, see you later.
Mr. Baldwin. No, not again. How long have I been sleeping? What was that all about? Nightmare, I found a place in my memories. In my disturbing nightmare, I was brought to this spot. It's a trapdoor I saw in my nightmare.
You think we would have checked out for this earlier?
From here sprouts a horrible stench. There's something down there. Did you see it? Did you see it? It was there, just in front of me. He was screaming. He shakes uncontrollably, his body racked with pain. There's only one way to end his suffering.
I believe I've just committed murder.
Rest in peace.
I suppose I'll use, well, I did it to help him defense. And the real murder you should be looking at is the one over there with the pile of corpses.
The decayed corpse of a young woman. It seems as if she has been devoured by an animal.
God, I hope it's not a giant rabbit. That'd be terrifying in itself.
The walls are splattered with dry blood.
Let's not go in there just yet. Let's look over here.
The stretchers used to carry the corpses here. Who's behind all of this? He must have been dead at least a week, still bearing an expression of horror.
Why can't these places ever just be normal? They always gotta be murdering people, or doing experiments, or having some weird-ass ritual, or... I guess we just found the last door. Punctual as always, Devitt. Now all that remains is to introduce our guest. You may come in now, Professor.
Father Ernest!
Do not worry, my friend.
I invite him to join us this evening.
The Professor genuinely shares our curiosity, and who better to complete our group
than one of the most renowned theologists?
Moreover,
we mustn't ban those who are willing to explore beyond the veil. The moment we have long awaited for has now arrived. Please, all of you, take a seat, and we shall begin the procedure. Soon shall the door be opened, and then may we finally see what lies beyond. Now I ask that you close your eyes. You will feel a momentary prick as I inject you with the serum. Even after all these years, I have not forgotten your voice. You are the fourth witness. I remember now what happened. What is that we saw? The eye of the bird. Say. What happened to us? What is it that we witnessed? You must tell me. You must make me understand what my mind cannot fathom. It was our curiosity that damned us. We opened that which should not be opened. In doing so, we shone the veil that separated our world from his. In seeking vision, we were ourselves seen by the eye of the bird, the eye of the Tzeentch. The eye of the bird saw us. It remembers us. It looks for us. It calls us from its dark nest from its abominable lair. All these years I have attempted to return to it, but I have no strength left. These poor, wretched creatures are too fragile. They lack the sight to return. Not one of them has returned. Only us, the 4 witnesses. Who are the other 2? Where are they? They disappeared as you did. I haven't heard from any of you, but I was seized by curiosity. It absconded with my faith and deprived me of sanity. Oh Lord, forgive me, for I have sinned. Nothing remains. All that left is surrender. Surrender to Him. Gravely have we sinned, and now our only absolution is to burn. To burn in the flames.
Mr. Baldwin. Fuck!
He's burying me alive. Sadly, we still hear the coughing background atmospheric noise, which kills my immersion.
And so ends Chapter 2, which is the last chapter available until I believe in September. As we can see, despite dealing with more of a satanic, otherworldly being kind of thing, the writing style itself is a little more Lovecraft. Because the Lovecraft horror usually deals with concepts of madness, and kind of being pursued by an otherworldly being, or the kind of mental scars from such a being. Now Lovecraft, not Lovecraft himself, but the kind of style and emulation of his style that's gone on, doesn't necessarily need to be like waterly, other dimensional beings. It could be other things. But definitely seems like we're dealing with the chaos god, Tzeentch, from Warhammer, considering it's some kind of dark, evil crow god, and it's making everyone go crazy and stuff. So, they didn't go with the kind of cliche Satan thing, or a Lovecraftian god. They did their own thing. Like I say, he's a crow god or something. It's a bit more like they took Edgar Allan Poe and did his The Raven, except they amped it up to like 200 and just made the Raven really hardcore and have an army of ravens to come after you. So anyway, I consider the writing pretty good in this. Some parts are a little bit cliche and remind me of certain older horror movies or writings, like I said. But for the most part, it's pretty solid, no complaints. The graphics took a little bit getting used to at first. It's kind of retro, but it's kind of retro in a way that's very retro. And it actually kind of dips into almost Atari level. But they do take advantage of that. Like, they don't just not use it, they do take advantage of the retro graphics. Sometimes it goes hyper-real stylistic and a little more defined, like with the crow eyes. So they're kind of hopping between the effects a bit. Either that or their graphical capabilities are just getting better. As far as contrasting styles, I prefer the style of games like the Downfall. I haven't played the Cat Lady, but it has similar graphics. And that has a kind of retro adventure game graphic style. But it was a little more, I prefer the defined look over this kind of look. But, you know, it's its own style. I wouldn't necessarily say they have to change it or anything like that. It works on its own. Just my preferences. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching as always, and I'll see everybody later, and take it easy.